If you've been thinking about getting into some basic electronics, I'm hoping by the end of this video I can convince you to just make the jump and try it out. So I've been a software engineer for a long time and have done a lot of programming, and but I have a lot of other hobbies too. And one thing I've always wanted to do, and for whatever reason, just never actually tried doing, was some basic electronics. And I think it's so inexpensive now and easy to try. I would just really encourage you to just give it a shot. And I want to show you kind of what I started with. So recently, I had an interest in a particular project, which I'll get to in a bit, and I was looking around for kind of what I could pick up to just test the waters and see what it's all about. And I found this really inexpensive kit on Amazon. It's called the Fun Kit, Electronics Component Fun Kit. I don't know how to say the company name. It's like Rex Killis or Rex Qualis. I'll put a link to it in the description. But it's just kind of a basic electronics kit. It comes with the board that you'll want to use to connect all your different components, which is called a breadboard. It's a thing that looks kind of like just a giant grid with holes in it. And in addition to that, it comes with an easy way to power the board. So this is just a little component that you'll plug in, and you can put like USB power in, or you can put like the barrel style power connector in. And you can just put that like directly down on the board and use that to power the board. And then it also comes with a whole bunch of different components, which I don't even understand yet. But the key thing for me was it comes with just a bunch of LEDs. So these are a great little thing just to kind of get used to working with electronics. So this is just a little box that has a bunch of different colored LEDs. There's like red, blue, green, yellow, and white or clear. And then it also comes with these little cables called sometimes they're called jumper pins. But they're just little wires you can connect from where you want to run your power to the component. And then in addition to that, it comes with a bunch of different resistors, of which you'll need a specific one to use these, but it's easy to find out information about that online. I think it's the 220 ohm ones, but they just look like little wires with a part in the middle, and they have different ratings for how resistant they are. And you'll basically need those so you don't overpower the LEDs, because you can like burn them out. So you need to lower how much power is going through them. But the cool thing is you get a ton of LEDs, you get a ton of each part. So if you screw it up and you burn out some LEDs, it's not a huge deal. There's a lot of room for error with a kit like this, and it's super cheap. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but I think it was definitely under 20. I think it might have been like, I don't know. It was very inexpensive. I'll link it in the description so you can find it. And that was where I started. All I did was just get power into my board, and then I just use a little. I'll show you. You could use anything. You can just run USB from your computer or whatever, but I just use one of these little like phone charger things and just plug a USB cable into it. And I think this kit came with this cable. And that's enough to get going. And then you can just start plugging in components. There's tons of guides online. There's lots of great YouTube videos about making just one LED work. So if you're thinking about doing it, I would really encourage you to do that, because I think that's the biggest mental barrier, is just like jumping in and giving it a shot. And once you have that set up, it's really just more about learning a little more about other circuits you could try out or other components you want to use. And you'll have all the pieces, or you'll have a lot of different components with a kit like this that you could experiment with. So yeah, I'd really encourage you to do that. And then another thing, if you want to kind of take it to the next step, and especially if you have an interest in programming or know some basic programming, and even if you don't know programming, I wouldn't worry too much about this. But basically, you can buy these little controllers There's just like these little computers. Uh, you load a program onto them with the same USB cable connected to your computer and using the Arduino IDE. And you can find examples of these programs online if you don't know how to code, so you don't have to know how to code to do this. But basically, you just load a little program onto this thing, and what it's going to do, if you can see these wires here, they're connected from outputs on the Arduino or generic Arduino device, and they just basically send power out to each of these different parts of the circuit here. So when I turn this on, the way I have the program set up is it's just going to cycle sending power out to each of those 3 lines. So you can see now it's on, and you can see the red light just turned on, the green light turned on, the blue light turned on, and it's just going to keep cycling through that. So there it goes. And just getting something basic like this set up, I think is really exciting because it it covers it covers a lot of the basics, and you can just, it's a good point where you could start building off of. So what the project is that ultimately I want to do is using 3 different outputs here. What you can do is take an addressable RGB LED strip, and you can control the color that it displays, and you could even power different strips. And what I want to do is I want to make my own lighting setup for this Gundam Exia here. So this is just a large model kit. It's perfect grade. Those are like the biggest model kits that, or some of the biggest model kits that Bandai makes. And because they're very large kits, they're a little bit, there's more room in them to, if you want to like do your own custom lighting setup. This one does have like an official lighting setup you can buy from the manufacturer and use. But I have seen some tutorials, not really tutorials, but people sharing their projects online where they've made their own lighting setups for it, which I thought would be a cool project, one for learning, but also because once it's all set up, then you can just basically write code to have the lights work however you want them to work. And if the LEDs burned out or something, or you had a problem with them over time, if I built it myself, I would know how to go in and just replace it, and it wouldn't be a big deal. So I'm sure it's going to be a time commitment, and it may ultimately cost as much as buying the official version of the lighting system, but I'm hoping I can learn a bunch in the process of getting this thing set up. And I'm just going to kind of give myself time to do that. But anyway, everybody kind of has a different thing that a different reason they want to learn doing some basic electronics. So whatever your reason is, I encourage you to just jump right in, at least try out doing a basic circuit with a light in it, just to see if it's your thing. It may not be your thing, and then you can kind of move on and not feel bad about it. But yeah, I've been having a really fun time with it, and I'm really looking forward to spending more time learning about it. So if you like this video, hit like. If you want to see more videos like this, hit subscribe. And let me know in the comments what your project is that you're thinking about doing, and if you've tried any other kits that you've found to be good starter kits. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.